What did I just do? What's going on? Oh, jeez, my microphone just fell off. Wow, this is a great start to this video here. How's that? Is that better? Wow, my camera's freaking tweaking because it's been too long since I made a video. How's that look? Pretty good, pretty good. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the first episode of Dakattack Adventures. We hit the channel with a little rebrand. For those of you tuning in for the first time, hello, welcome. My name's John, and as you can see, I just signed up for not my first, but my second ever marathon. For those of you who don't know, last week I just ran the Fargo Marathon, my first ever marathon. I'll pop up some pictures right here. It was a great time, and it's safe to say that I'm addicted to running now, which are words I thought would never come out of my mouth. All right, so we're gonna sit down and have a little chit chat because I have not done a good job picking up the camera the last couple of months, and a lot of stuff has gone down. And this lighting I'm now kind of realizing is kind of bad, but how's that? What if we go like that? If I kind of sit up here, oh jeez. If I sit up here a little bit, oh, that's better. All right, so basically guys, over the last 6 months, starting on January 1st of 2025, I kind of sort of made a New Year's resolution to myself, which was unofficial, but kind of official, you know? I never really went public with it, but in my mind, I was set on running the marathon, you know, because I'm a go big or go home person. And I really wanted to do it, and I needed something to work towards, to train for, to kind of get me back in the groove of things. Because I'm not going to lie, the first semester of my sophomore year of college was kind of rough. I wasn't really dialed, I wasn't really focused, but now I can say on the flip side, after coming through this training block in my first marathon, I feel the best I've ever felt in a very long time, and I'm very grateful for that. Now, fast forward, today is June 10th, 2025, and I can successfully say that I completed a marathon, my first ever marathon. My average pace was like 10 minutes and 40 seconds a mile or something like that. I didn't pace myself right. I didn't have the best race day pre-warm-up. Oh, I guess my laundry's done. You know, going into the race, I wasn't really mentally prepared, so to speak. You know, even going through my training block, I believe it was a 19 or 18 week training block. You know, I had it stuff kind of mapped out, but I'm not gonna lie, I didn't follow it to a T. I didn't train hard every day like I should have. I didn't eat right. I didn't stay off the milk as I probably should have, and it's safe to say regardless though, I completed it, and I never stopped running during the marathon. Or let me take that back. I never stopped moving forward during the marathon. I did take some walking breaks because after about mile 17 and a half, I had double quad cramps, and oh my gosh, those were so brutal. But we got it done, we grinded out, we earned it, because you know, a marathon is something that's earned and not given, and that's a lesson that I learned to the T over the last 6 months or so since I've been training for one. Fast forward present day, now I love running, I love being active. Also recently I picked up hot yoga for the first time. I actually got a membership to this place in Fargo. It's amazing. The best, like one of the best workouts I've ever done in my entire life. I've gone 4 times now already, and it's the most I've ever sweated. I feel so good and refreshed afterwards. So kind of pairing that with my training, my running, my lifting, I feel really good is what I'm trying to get at here. So I'm excited, I'm pumped, and as you guys saw in the intro of today's video, I just signed up for my second marathon, the Maah Daah, or I don't even, let me go verify because I don't want to mispronounce this. The Daah trail runs out in the Badlands, Medora, North Dakota. I'm doing 26.2 miles again through the hills. There's gonna be no spectators really, limited aid stations. I'm running in the wild, which I'm so excited about. There's also, during this time, there's a 100-mile race, a 50-mile race, the marathon, which is what I'm running, half marathon, 5K, 10K, the whole shebang. So I chose the marathon because I like running marathons, I guess you can say. Which, you know, going back to what I was saying earlier, I never thought I would utter those words because, you know, growing up, I guess a little backstory, I played sports all through elementary school, middle school, high school. I pretty much did everything: hockey, football, tennis, track, basketball, even a little bit. I did it all, you know, but going through sports, I was never the fastest kid. I was never the strongest kid. I was always one of the bigger kids. You know, I had some good size to me, but I was the kid, I guess you could say, that hated conditioning, absolutely despised it. It was brutal, and it was the thing that I looked forward the least to doing during practices. And now I sit here saying that I'm excited to run a marathon. Like, that's just so insane to me. Thinking about like elementary school John, middle school John, and where we are today is just, it really is insane because I never thought I'd do it, you know, but here we are. And I don't even know, I'm getting emotional talking about it because that's just how much I've grown to appreciate running, which is really insane saying that out loud because I guess I've never really said that out loud before. Anyway, I'm super pumped. We have about 40 some days, a little less than 50 days out until we run this trail in the Badlands, and it's safe to say I'm going to be taking this training a lot more serious than my first marathon. I'm going to be eating right. I'm talking water only, whole foods, cutting out pop, which I've actually done a good job. I don't really drink pop anymore, so that's not going to be hard. Fruits, vegetables, protein, really hammer the protein. Not really going to be eating processed foods, at least I'm going to be trying to avoid those at all costs, because those just aren't good for you. Shout out Higher Up Wellness, because he says that if it didn't grow from the ground, grow from a tree, or have a mom and dad, then you shouldn't eat it, which is completely true. Also, on the topic of kind of creators like that, huge shout out Matt Choi. He got me into running 2 years ago. I started getting into running my spring of my senior year, so right before I was about to graduate high school. I just said, let's start doing this running thing, So I saw his videos on actually YouTube Shorts, and I haven't looked back since. So shout out Matt Choi, and there's a whole bunch load of others. I watched some Nico out there, shout out Nico, and then Lucy Davis, Nick Bear. There's some dogs, that keep your boy inspired. So hopefully one day, maybe I can be up on that list, but until then, we'll see what happens. I'm just here making videos, creating content for people that like to watch it, and I'm super excited for what the future holds, Also, life update, next fall, I'm leaving NDSU, going out to Montana State for the semester, doing a sort of study abroad out there. Super excited for that. Probably gonna do some running out there in the mountains, actual mountains, not like the Badlands, So we'll see what happens. Stay tuned for that. But that's also part of the reason why I changed the name to this channel. Excuse me, I'm getting ahead of myself. But that is also why I changed the name of this channel to Dakattack Adventures rather than just Dakattack Outdoors, because I really want to start documenting my life as a whole, and I love adventure, I love exploring, I love doing new stuff. So that was part of the switch of the last name in the channel, if that makes sense. So switching from outdoors to adventures is just essentially my way of being able to encapsulate more content to this, and who knows, maybe one day I'll change it to just John O'Neill Adventures or John O'Neill, I don't know, but I really like Dakattack. It's been the name of this channel since day one, and it's been great, looking back on some of the older videos. If you guys haven't seen the older videos, go back and watch them, because there are some good ones on here. But yeah, sorry, I'm out of breath. I think that covers it though. I'm pumped, I'm excited, I'm feeling really good, like I said, and I can't wait to see what the next 40-some days bring. And I'm going to do my best to document that on here, on Instagram, on TikTok, and really hammer down with the content. So if that's something that sounds exciting and interesting to you, make sure you subscribe, follow along. I'm pumped. I think that's all I got. Badlands, here we come.